Good evening. Welcome to our guided meditation session at Vajrayana Institute. I'm Wai Cheong. This evening, over the next hour, we will be doing two meditations together. So I have been maintaining this kind of schedule of doing calm abiding meditation as the first one for each session. And in calm abiding type of meditation, or sometimes people call it concentration meditation, what we are trying to do is to learn how we can settle or calm the reactivities, the reactions of body and mind. So bodily reactions are quite often experienced as tension, as tightening, contractions, and reactivity of the mind can be experienced as rumination, compulsive thinking. Could be thinking about the past, about the future. Could also be thinking about some alternate reality, some fantasy. And of course, related to the mind, then some of our reaction could also be emotions, different kind of emotion, different kind of feelings may arise. Probably not about the meditation, but what else, other things happen in our life. So today I thought we can, in our calm abiding meditation, explore the idea of in calm abiding meditation, what we are actually trying to do is working with conditions, learning to develop a greater sensitivity towards the changing conditions, conditions that affect our meditation experience. Unlike this idea of working with conditions, quite often when we, especially when new to meditation, it's very easy and very, I think, relatively common for people to regard their meditation practice as an occasion of exercising their willpower, their determination. And so when we meditate and we find that despite our best effort, our mind seems to be, our body and mind seems to have the mind of their own. They seems to be just doing whatever it is they want to do. We get quite frustrated with it, and so in response to that, we actually try harder. So how do you try harder? Maybe we might get more tense and more tight, or we invoke our willpower, our power of determination, as if we are going to be able to beat our mind into to conform with what we want. It's like we are trying to tell our mind, you stay on the breath, and the mind would somehow just obey us and stay on the breath. So willpower, I usually describe this kind of this way of practicing as a very willful practice. It's like an occasion to exercise the will, exercise determination. And you may find that it makes for a very frustrating practice, especially when things are not going your way, and you may find it. You might actually come to view your meditation as a failure, as yet another occasion of failure where you fail to achieve what you want, despite really putting in a lot of effort, really exercising your will and determination. It's a lot of hard work. Yeah. So I'm suggesting maybe we can not go down that road and not try so hard. Don't take your meditation as some kind of personal statements of view. Quite often people view like it's a good session, whatever that means. There's a personal achievement and success, and of course, if a bad session, there's a personal failure, disappointment, or a lot of stuff layered or projected onto our meditation experiences. So let's try something a little bit lighter, easier. How about thinking of meditation as providing an opportunity, a context for us to come back and be more aware or in touch with ourselves, in touch with the different factors or conditions, in our life, could be outside, could be inside, that are really impacting us or affecting us. And it becomes clearer in meditation because we're more or less doing nothing, sitting around. So it makes for a more simplified situation, and we may see things a bit clearer in our meditation practice. And I come to realize that actually the different kind of experiences that arise in meditation, the different kind of reactions we discover, are just the coming together of the combination of different conditions and how they interact with one another to produce different kind of outcomes. So, for example, in this meditation, I invite you to notice how your posture, the choice of posture, and also how your body feel in that posture. And today in this session, how that impact your meditation. Whether the fact that are you taking some time to help your body and mind to adjust, to transition into meditation, what sort of effect it has on your overall experience within your meditation. And thirdly, how do you relate to the different kind of experiences you notice coming up? How do you relate to distraction, relate to thinking that comes up? In spite of the fact you don't really want to think, they start thoughts arise. How do you relate to that? Or the other end of it would be you feel very sleepy, you feel very dull, you may actually fall asleep. Now, how do you relate to those kind of experiences? And instead of taking all this as a sign of personal failure, you fail in your meditation practice, just thought, can I notice what other conditions might be present or that contribute to me feeling more sleepy or more distracted? What are some of the stuff that's going on? It could be within us, inside ourselves. Could be something that's happening in our life. Could be something our attention is drawn to repeatedly. So let's work with conditions in today's session. And so I'll guide you through this meditation in my usual way. And you're most welcome to ignore what I'm saying if it's not helpful or not relevant to what you are experiencing. And let's give it a try and see what happens. Right? So take a few moments and adjust your body, find a suitable posture. You could be sitting on a chair like me or sitting on the floor in whichever posture on a cushion. You're also most welcome to lie down on your back in a supine position on a firm support. It could be the floor, or in that case, it's good to have a mat or a rug. It could be on a firm bed, something not too soft, something that really give a good sense of support. So let's get ourselves into a position and ring this bell to signal the start of our first meditation. So let's allow our body some time to find its way into the posture we have adopted. Take care that we allow our back or the spine to be in its natural position, upright if we are sitting, straight if we are lying down. And make sure that we are not introducing unnecessary pain or tension into any part of the spine due to our posture. In particular, take care of the neck and the lower back. Rest our hands and arms on some support so that we really do not need to tense up the shoulder muscles or the arm muscles in any particular way during the meditation. Often I suggest people to simply close their eyes completely. Of course, you're most welcome to leave your eyes half open or fully open, whichever you are used to. So let's become aware of sensations coming through from beneath us, sensations coming through at the points of contact between our body and our seat, our body and the ground. Maybe you can notice that the body is resting on something solid, firm, and stable, which provide our body with a sense of support, balance, and safety in this posture. By becoming aware of this fact, we are hoping to trigger a natural response from the body, one that allows the body to loosen up, to start to unwind, to let go of some of the unnecessary tightening and tensions in the body. So much so that given time, our body can really settle down comfortably into this posture. So that's the first step, acquiring a seat for our body in meditation. And for the second step, I invite you to return your attention to your own body, to become aware of the different bodily sensations at the different parts of your body. Reconnecting our mind, our attention with bodily sensations is a condition that helps our body and mind to adjust, to shift gears, to slowly settle down into the meditation. So let's start at the crown of the head and see if you can allow sensations at the crown of your head to come into your awareness. See if you notice any interesting sensations here at the crown, at the topmost part of our body. Tingling sensations, sensations of pressure, however slight it may be, a feeling of warmth or coolness, or maybe nothing at all, which is also perfectly fine. Without much effort, simply be open, be attentive, and be aware of sensations in the body. So let's move on. Let our attention move downwards into the face so that we become aware of sensations in the face. Just a light touch without much effort. See if you notice, are you tensing up any of the muscles of the face unconsciously? Are you tightening the muscles of your forehead or muscles around the eyes? Are you clenching your jaw, tightening the muscles of your jaw? As we have more conscious control over our facial muscles, see if it is possible for you to relax those muscles of the face. And in so doing, welcome in a feeling of softening, a sense of ease and comfort into your own face. Inviting our attention to come back to our own body. Notice sensations at the back of the head, at the sides of the head, and maybe even inside the head. And we do that with a light touch, without much effort, don't have to try hard. Just noticing simple sensations. Moving downwards, how about sensations at the neck, at the throat? moving at your own pace. Allow your attention to continue downwards into the shoulders. Inquire with your attention how your shoulders are feeling today. Quite often, a lot of us store tension and tightness at the neck and shoulders region. So if you do find unpleasant sensations here, sense of tightening, tightness, contractions, see if we can simply allow those unpleasant feelings to just be here. Moving on, we allow attention to travel down both arms at the same time. Become aware of sensations in both arms. Another way of putting it, awaken the sensations in both arms. Maybe you notice sensations at the upper arms, sensations at the level of the skin, muscles, bones, joints. Just become aware with a light touch, sensations at the upper arms, subtle sensations at both elbows, maybe. Continue downwards into the forearms. And finally into both hands, so that we are aware of sensations in the palms, the back of the hands, in the fingers. And see if we can give permission for both arms to just rest their weight comfortably on their support. So notice how the effect of directing our attention, becoming aware of sensations at the different parts of the body. Notice whether there is any effect arising from this simple act of paying attention. Let's return our attention to the chest, to notice sensations here at the chest. And you may find by now that quite often our attention might wander off elsewhere, and we need to invite it to come back here and now to our own body. And whenever we feel ready, we can allow attention to travel downwards from the chest into the abdomen, so that we also notice sensations here, maybe at the level of the skin or muscles, or we can sense some of the vital organs at this part of the body. Not only do we attend to the front of our body, we also attend to the back of the body. So see if you can allow sensations from your upper back, middle back, and the lower back to come fully into awareness. Let our attention gather in the pelvis so that we are aware of sensations here. Notice the weight of the pelvis and how it rests on the seat, on the support. See if it is possible for us mentally to give permission to rest the weight of the pelvis comfortably on the support. And attention can come back to the body and now continue down both legs at the same time, starting from both hip joints. Notice sensation at the hips, and allow attention to travel towards the knees, down towards the ankles, and eventually into both feet. See if we can give permission for both legs to rest their weight comfortably on the floor or whatever support they are on. Surrender the weight of both legs to gravity. So now that we have consciously direct our attention to come back to the body, to be in touch with the sensations at the different parts of the body. Maybe by now you can notice how changing such a conditions, how creating such a conditions, also impact it may have on your own body, on your own mind, on your meditation experiences. So let's allow the body to settle here in this posture, to continue to unwind, to release unnecessary tension at its own pace, so that it can settle down more and more comfortably into meditation. Let us rest our attention with the body, with bodily sensations here and now. Bodily sensations can include sensations of the breath flowing in and out. And see if we can, each time we notice our attention is drawn elsewhere, we invite it to come back to here and now, to come back and reconnect with this object of meditation or support, which could be the breath sensations, could be some bodily sensations we notice here and now. Inviting your attention to come back here and now, reconnect with the support of your meditation, the object, which you can free to choose or experiment with. Experiment with the breath sensations flowing in and out of the body. Experiment with resting your attention on certain bodily sensations at certain parts of your body. And depending on how you direct your attention and where you rest your attention, see if you can notice the kind of effects or impact that might have on your own body, on your mind, on your experiences in your meditation. So coming back to the support of your meditation, the object of your meditation, see if you can regard each time you invite your attention to come back to your support, to come back here and now. You are also changing the conditions within your meditation. You're not allowing your attention to continue to follow the thoughts. You're not allowing your attention to continue under the influence of downness or sleepiness. And by changing conditions, you're also creating new experiences for yourself. So as you invite your attention again and again to come back to the support or object of meditation, see if you can not to relate to the different experiences or reactions you notice in meditation, not to take them too personally, not to regard good experiences as personal success, or if you encounter experiences that you don't like or you don't want, you regard that as a personal failure in meditation. Instead, to view changing experiences as due to changing conditions and try to tune into and become aware of what sort of conditions might be in force at this moment and how are you able to change some of those conditions to bring about a change in your meditative experience. Okay. I wonder maybe you are able to notice some of the conditions happening in your meditation today. Maybe sometimes we notice, oh, I'm really tired, and which is understandable. And then you can relate that tiredness physically with maybe some impact it has on your mind, on your meditation. Other days, you may aware that, or the other way around, you're aware of the effects, that the mind may be very restless, very unsettled, and you wonder, oh, I wonder what sort of conditions might be happening. Could be within ourselves, in our body, could be something going on in our life, and you can start to see some kind of relationship between, or the interaction between different conditions and how they give rise to different results or effects. Yeah. So, and I find that thinking in this way, working with conditions, really frees me from all this sort of frustrations, this kind of interpreting the outcomes of meditation in a very personal way. After all, it's just like changing conditions, like changing weather. It's not necessarily, depending on context. Sometimes you like some and some weather, and you dislike others, and that all depends on context. So likewise, it's similar for our own meditation experiences. It's not necessarily a statement of our self-worth or of ourselves as a person, but it's just depending on conditions. Yeah. Okay, so second meditation, I have been on Wednesday evening exploring mindfulness as a meditative practice. Yeah. And I've been using this device, I think, the last few times, asking people to notice and label when you are sensing, when your attention is involved with your physical senses, which usually is sound, hearing, and tactile sensation, body sense. Contrasting sensing with thinking, which includes a whole bunch of different mental activities like remembering, fantasizing, imagining, planning, commenting, judging, just blah, blah, blah in the mind. Yeah. And I find this a useful device to help us strengthen our mindfulness and also help us to notice something about our mental habits and to learn ways that allow us, by changing those habits, changing the way we use our attention, help us to, can be very useful to help us cope with turmoils, mental, emotional turmoils. We find ourselves caught up in strong emotions, strong reactions to something happening, anxiety or anger or sense of despair or depression. So when strong emotion arise, there are these two components are present. We are thinking about something, and we can also notice, we can sense something happening within ourselves. Yeah. Thinking and sensing. And it's good to learn to differentiate the two so that we are aware when our attention is preoccupied with sensing, when our attention is preoccupied with thinking. One is not necessarily better than the others, and there's no need to keep telling yourself you can only sense but not think, which is probably not a good idea anyway. So in this meditation, I invite you to try out this device if you have not, and just label from one moment to another as you become aware what your attention is preoccupied with, what your attention is involved with. Is my attention involved with thoughts, thinking? Is my attention involved with sensing? Right? Very much present here, aware of sounds, aware of bodily sensations, aware of the breath, and learn to notice that kind of oscillation. Sometimes we are thinking, sometimes we are sensing, sometimes it seems to be both happening at the same time. It's all kind of very much a mixture. And I invite you in this meditation to, whenever to be aware, to label these two activities, and to make sensing your support in meditation. So it doesn't have to be sensing the breath. It could be sensing any parts of your body, any bodily sensations. It could be sensing the sounds in the surrounding. Sensing happens in the present moment. So it's also a way of inviting your attention to come back and abide here and now. And then let's notice how changing this little bit of condition, inclining our attention to sensing, what sort of effect it may have on our meditation on ourselves. Okay. So let's do another meditation. So as usual, please find a suitable posture for yourself in the privacy of your own place. I strongly recommend you to try lying down on your back in a supine position. It has an interesting effect as a condition on your meditation. So while you get yourself ready, I just ring this bell to signal the start of our second session. So once again, take a few moments, allow the body some time to adjust, to settle into our meditation posture. See if we can be as comfortable as we can be in this posture, taking care that the posture does not introduce additional unnecessary tension, tightness, or even pain. Allow the body to feel that the posture is very stable, very supportive. There is a sense of balance and safety. As the body feels that support, the sense of safety, automatically it can adjust itself. You might decide that there really isn't any need to be so tight, so tense, and in its own time it can unwind a bit, loosen up a bit. You can set aside some of those unnecessary tightening and contractions so that it can settle more and more comfortably into the posture. So to help body and mind to transition once again into the meditative space, let's make use of sensing the breath as a support. So that we can start with a few deep breaths. Just breathe in and out deeply and try to remind yourself to release on the out breath. So we allow the breath to settle back to its natural rhythm. We don't have to control the breath in any way, don't have to make it longer or deeper. We can just allow the body to breathe itself. And we place our attention on the breath sensations and also on the different bodily sensations here and now, sensing our own body, sensing our own breath. Tuning into the breath sensations, see if you can notice each time when you breathe out naturally, there's a subtle sense of release that accompanies it, that comes along with it. Breathing out, we relax the muscles of our chest and diaphragm, and there is a sense of releasing. We release the carbon dioxide in the lungs, the stale air in the lungs. So each out breath can become an opportunity, as we are aware of it, of deepening the sense of release. That maybe the body can continue to release more and more of that unnecessary tension and tightness, For example, tension and tightness in our face, as we unconsciously might tighten the muscles of the face. So if that's happening, see if you can, as you breathe out, soften the muscles of the face. Welcome a feeling of ease and comfort and relaxation into your face. So coming back to sensing, returning our attention to the body, to the breath. Notice any signs of relaxation, of release that might be happening. And also allow yourself to enjoy the pleasure of relaxation, of release of tension in the body. Maybe right now in your meditation, you notice that your attention doesn't necessarily stay here and now, doesn't necessarily stay with bodily sensations. You might tend to be involved with thoughts in the form of words or images. Could be about the past, memories. Could be some imagined future, some fantasy. When you notice it, if you like, you can label the activity thinking. Just a very gentle label to remind yourself what you're doing. And in this meditation, I invite you to then return your attention to sensing. Sensing here and now, sensing your own body, your own breath, maybe even noticing the sounds in your environment. So coming back here and now, inviting our attention to settle back onto sensing tension, tightness, relaxation, release in different parts of the body, sensing the changing sensations of the breath or the sounds in the surrounding. And also notice whenever attention becomes involved in thinking, become involved in thoughts, in words, in images, and gently label thinking as thinking, sensing as sensing. So coming back to sensing in the here and now, see if you can do not regard any one of them, any one of these activities as right and the other one as wrong. But instead, we are training our mindful awareness so that we are more and more aware of what our attention is involved with, what our mind is preoccupied with, thinking or sensing. So coming back to this present moment, coming back to sensing, sensing the body, sensing the breath, sensing the sounds in the surrounding. Notice how does that feel like when attention is present here and now. And contrast that when you notice the mind, the attention is involved in thinking, in thoughts of past, of future, or some ongoing inner commentary. Notice how the two experiences, the two activities, notice their differences so that we become more and more mindful and aware of them. So coming back to sensing in this moment, check in and notice for yourself in this session which of the two activities is dominant, which of the two activities are the conditions supporting in this session. Are they more sensing or are they more thinking? And what sort of impact sensing or thinking may have on your own body, on your own mind? And finally, I invite you to check in and notice and highlight to yourself anything positive or helpful that come out of the meditation. But also acknowledge anything unpleasant or difficult. Notice how your body is feeling at the end of meditation. Notice how your mind is doing at the end of meditation. And we conclude with a simple dedication. Imagine that we gather up all things positive, beneficial and helpful that come out of our practice this evening. And we dedicate that positive momentum towards the fulfillment of our aspirations for ourselves and for others. That may anything positive that come out of these meditations, may they stay with us, may they linger in body and mind so that they can continue to benefit us. Okay, thank you everyone for your attention to yourself. And that's it for this evening, and all the best for the coming week. And hope to see you next week, same time, same place. Take care and good night.